Yo, what's good, man? It's actually on Portal. Just a quick little video. This world will try to break you down and to try to make it seem like you're the crazy one and make it seem like you're the problem in the world. And that's not true at all. This world is the problem. We live in a sick, psychopathic world that it doesn't really care about you as an individual. Instead, it cares about the collective following, these evil, sadistic, twisted rules. And the things you're going through personally, like the government systems, hell, people around you, they don't really care. So you're going to have to bear this burden alone. But we can all be strong. We can all carry on. And even though we may not achieve our dreams and ambitions, and really live the life that we truly want to live, just because of how this world is set up and how the world is structured and organized, we have to keep that little flame alive inside of us. That spark of divinity, that spark of innovation and creativity. We have to keep that alive because for a lot of us, it's pretty much all we have, for guys like us in this position, you know, for guys that, you know, are trapped and under attack, you know, we're trapped and we're under the thunder of attack. And we got to deal with evil entities, the demiurge and his archons and his minions. We got to deal with all types of just crap in this world. You got to keep your head up, and you really got to focus your mind in this world. Is one thing that I'm learning is the power of just focusing on things that can really, really, really bring you happiness. But it's hard because you have to get a 9 to 5. You have to earn some type of money. You know, a lot of us are not born into wealthy families, into powerful positions, and prominent and dominant positions. We're born into poverty. We're born into just messed up conditions, and it seems that the universe it puts people around us that are crazy, they're insane, they they don't believe in us, they never nurture or nourish our talents. That's why a lot of our talents never flourish. That's why we never really evolve and become great in this world. um it's really brutal when you really think about it and really look at it, because for a long time people just accepted government rules and regulations, and I understand you need certain laws in order to maintain order or whatever, but it's when the government oversteps their boundaries, right? Like I was watching this one guy, and he like made a tree house like in his on his parents' property, but he made like a tree house, it was like these big sturdy trees. He actually like built like a house on like around these trees or whatever, like in these trees. And the government was kind of like trying to fine him and saying that he can't do that. It has to be a certain space, a certain this. I'm like, that's so crazy. On your parents' property, you can't even build a tree house or build any type of, extra buildings on the land without the government, interfering and putting their hand in it. Where's our freedom? Where's our freedom of choice? How come a lot of us work these crappy ass jobs and, we get nothing for it? We get nothing from it. We just get destroyed and trapped into this eternal infernal void. I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of being in this position where we always have to fight. We always have to fight. We're always engaging in just warfare, man. Every day is a war. Every day is a war. Psychological battles in your mind. You got to battle the people around you. You got to battle the people on the street. You got to battle your coworkers. It's like, when can people like us in this position actually have peace and tranquility and have the viability and the ability to enjoy the life that we want? You know, I really wish that a lot of us in this position could be successful. I really wish that a lot of us could make it and we can have the life that we really wanted, and a life um that we always dreamed of. Because a lot of us, we deserve it, man. We deserve to be happy. We deserve to have healthy mindsets. We deserve to have money. We deserve to have success, and we deserve to be I'm not gonna say blessed, but we deserve to have just a good life. And a lot of us don't deserve this depression we're going through, the stress that we're going through, and all this negativity that we go through. We don't deserve this. But this world, is going to funnel you into a certain position in a certain life. You're not going to be allowed to do the things that you really want to do in life. It's brutal. You can be somebody that wants to be a painter, but due to the circumstances of the world, no one really, you know, People can go to AI for painting, or they can go find somebody who they like for painting. Like, and it sucks that this artificial integration and implementation is it's slowly draining the divine sparks of people who are actually natural creators. You know, the accumulation of all the skills and assets that it takes to create art is something that it takes a lifetime. For a lot of people, and now it's going to be harder for somebody to want to do that for a living. It's been harder for like the last 100 years. There's nobody who's been able to just live off their art like that. And then there are some people, but it's just such a small number. You know what I mean? It's like there's a small number of people that are able to live off their art. Meanwhile, vast majority of people, they have to prioritize financial stabilization and kind of put their talents to the side. And I think that's so wrong, man. I met so many creative people. People send me emails all the time, and they show me some of their artwork, some of their writing. They say that I inspire them, and I'm like, that's cool, man. Do your thing, man. Keep on dreaming big and keep on trying, because for guys like us in this position, that's all we have. We got to keep on trying. Even though we're in the midst of a battle, we got to weather the storm. What choice do we have but to keep going on? So if you got to go to your 9 to 5, go to your 9 to 5 and make sure that you have some type of dream or hobby. Even if it's just watching it. Like, this is what I used to do a long time ago. I probably need to start doing it again, but I used to watch anime episodes, right? Like, of course, I watch the anime episode normally and enjoy it. But then by the third or fourth time, if I watch the same episode, I start taking notes. Okay, what do I like? Okay, when this person entered inside the Adventurers Guild, was there music? Was it not? Was there something funny that happened? I take note. I take very detailed notes. Okay, first it's like, what do I like about this episode? In this battle scene, do I like the choreography? Do I like the cinematics? Do I like the drawing of this anime battle? And I used to take notes, and I used to write that down, and then I'll come with comprehensive list of why this anime is good. And that's when I first started. You know what? I should make some damn anime. But of course, I'm fighting for survival. You know, you know, and when you're fighting for survival, it's very difficult. You know, it's very difficult going from place to place to place to place and not really having a true home and being a nomad. It's a difficult life to live, but I'm a soldier. You know, um, I've been going through hard times my whole life. That's why I'm somebody that I lean more towards the artistic side, the side of creation, the side of like music, producing, writing. Like, this is stuff that I love. Like, I have a passion for. And I suggest you guys find your passion, because even though life is brutal and it feels like some days it's just like, what's the point? Just finding that little bit of happiness can keep you going on, but going on for what? Just to go to the 9 to 5 and pay bills? Like, even if it's a lie, you know what I mean? Just tell yourself that one day this is going to work out for me. One day, I'll be able to quit my 9 to 5, and I get to do whatever I want for a living. You know what I mean? And make enough money from um, having certain assets that appreciate in value over time, and acquiring, first building building up these assets, and then building up the skills that are necessary to keep these assets growing. And that the assets can be anything, bro. Like I have dreams of, well, I don't want to say them, but I have certain dreams, and I just hope people like my ideas, man, because I've been working on a few little projects in the background, but it's been hard when you don't have a solid base. It's hard to create when you don't have a solid base, right? And you got a demiurge that's controlling your fate from the shadow gates. Every day is a battle, man, and I want us all to understand that. Try to find a hobby, man. Like, a lot of us, we're never gonna be able to have certain experiences in life. Like, a lot of us are probably never going to get married, never have children. A lot of us, we kind of got psychological issues, and they were dealing with the ramifications of those psychological issues. So it's going to be pretty hard for us to be normal. A lot of us are abnormal. We have, like, we don't really fit into society, and society makes it well known that we don't fit in. So I don't want to make this video too long. I just want this to give some inspiration, hope for everybody that showed me love. Like I had a lot of people email me, recently, showing me love and saying how my videos helped them and how, you know, just like they're grateful for my videos. And at first I thought I was like, whoa, this is crazy, but now I'm understanding because I'll be watching other people's videos and it helps me out. So I'm glad that people enjoy my videos and are able to get something from them. They're able to learn, they're able to cope, and that's all I want. I love hearing people say they be gaming and they be playing my videos in the background while they're gaming. I think that's really cool. So you guys have a good night and peace. I'll see you later. Yeah, peace.